Swole for September on August 30th. But it's fine. Or 31st, I don't even know. I don't know, it's not September yet, but Miss Ruth, are we pumped up for Swole for September? Are we slightly, a little pumped, a little bitty pumped, a little high five, are we pumped, high five, no? We're not pumped for Swole for September at all. She doesn't care for it one bit. It is stormy here as it is much of everywhere in this part of the country, and she is not too thrilled about that at all. So, but guys, so thank you so much for being here. Just a couple things before we get into all of our rules and things we need to know for the workout. First, I'm going to take my paralyzed in fear little girl off the set. One moment. Her permanent home in storms is up my butt, if that was possible. So this workout would be a little challenging today. So guys, Swole for September. The first thing I want to mention is that if you are doing Swole for September with us, then today's workout you want to not do, which I know sounds crazy. I'm doing a workout, I'm saying don't do it. But if possible, I want you to hold today's workout because one, it is August, and do it on September the 4th preferably. I believe that's this Saturday, but really just any time towards the end of the week. I'd really like you to kick it off in September if possible. Just to say that we have started in September and that we'll end in September. It is not the biggest deal by any means, but what it will do is if you hold this video till Saturday, then every Saturday you will have an upper body video to do. So Swole for September is our upper body program where we're really focusing on upper body, and I offer several different levels to do that. So we started our in-person training actually yesterday. So my team of in-person Swole for September people started with me yesterday. And then the regular cycle will be I'll train in person with people on Monday, and then Saturday will be the Facebook Live upper body video. Well, I'm not doing an upper body video this Saturday. I'm not doing any video at all. I'm taking the holiday weekend off. So that's what I'm saying. If you are going to do Swole for September with us, even if you're just doing the Facebook Live videos portion of it, you want to hold this video till Saturday, and then every Saturday in September you'll have an upper body workout. So that's the point I was trying to get to by saying don't do the video today. But I wanted to make sure everybody had one starting the first Saturday in September, so I went ahead and filmed this one today so you would have that available to you. So that is that. So if you're just doing the Facebook Live videos, then you'll have one to do every Saturday. Hold this one till Saturday, and then you'll have every one Saturday, okay? So that is that. Now, what you need for today is you need upper body weights and have a full selection. You might find that if you set out a light, medium, heavy, you might find you only need a light and a medium or a light and a heavy, but just go ahead and have all your options available because we are doing a circuit today. So because we're doing a circuit, you know, that is actually longer work than normal. It's short on the clock for sure, but we are working for a minute straight in each exercise. And usually if we're doing exercises for reps, it's not as long as a minute. So you might find that you need a little bit more variable in your weights than normal. So upper body weights, we do have the option to use a stability ball today or a bench if you have a workout bench or a weight bench at home. You'll have your opportunity to use it today, or we can use the stability ball in place of the bench. So stability ball, you can kind of see mine in the corner here, is one of those really big inflatable balls that we can lay on, sit on, etc. And then you just need your yoga mat. We are doing just a little bit of work in the floor today, depending on if you have the bench with a stability ball. If you don't have those, then you'll be doing a little bit more work in the floor because you'll work in the floor instead. So those are the things that you need: upper body weight, stability ball, optional, yoga mat, something to make yourself comfortable on the floor. So we're doing an all upper body circuit class. Again, this is the kickoff of our Swole for September upper body challenge that you'll hold this video till Saturday if you're doing. So that is circuit class is how we're starting today. I thought it was a great warm up. It was a great way to introduce a lot of different upper body exercises and get us used to moving our upper body without just jumping in whole hog into like a boot camp. Not that circuit class is easier, not by any means, but it is just a nice way to kind of transition instead of just jumping right into doing 6 to 8 powerlifting reps and burning your arms up to pieces. So we're warming up with that. So our circuit is the standard setup, 1 minute on, 20 seconds off, 8 exercises. And then we'll take about a 2-minute break, I believe it is, between circuits, and then we'll start back at the top and go through it again. So we're gonna go through 4 times, 1 minute on, 20 seconds off, 8 exercises, total 4 times through. As always, modify if you need it. Upper body, we have all sorts of injuries and weirdness and things that yell at us sometimes and not others. So always listen to your body and do what feels best for you. And if you don't know how to modify, just shoot me a message and I will be happy to help you. If we're working out live together, that's the beauty of working out live, is that I can actually get your feedback immediately. I won't see it instantaneously, but I do check at the end of every circuit. So the first round, you'll have to kind of sort it out for yourself, but then I can help you in between rounds. Let's see, and then speaking of Facebook and social media, the things that I always ask you guys, please like, share, subscribe, all of those things that get people paying attention to us on social media, especially the Swole for September challenge. If you're doing it, share it. Tell people what you're doing. It may seem like not that big of a deal to you, it's just 4 videos, but it's a commitment to a part of the body, and it's a commitment to yourself, and it's a commitment to see what changes you can make, maybe with just adding 1 workout a week that's focused on 1 part of the body. Or you also have the written options, even though that deadline's kind of passed, but if you're interested, still give me a shout, and I'll be happy to kind of talk through it with you if you are interested. And lastly, if you wish to donate any funds for these classes, Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you will find us. No Ness on the end. You'll see this logo. You'll know it's me. And just remember that I only get paid via donations. So if you've been doing these videos live with me or on YouTube, please consider giving if you can. It definitely helps support me in this effort and the time that I put into it. All right, guys. I know I've been all over the place talking about the challenge, the class. Try to reel it in. I'm just kind of pumped up to talk to you guys and to get moving today. So I'm going to grab some water. Check the video. I will tell you what the first exercise is going to be before we hit the timer, and then from there on out I'll just use the break to set up the next exercise. Nothing tricky on this one. Circuit, I try to keep pretty straightforward since we're moving fast. Don't have a whole lot of time for setup, so nothing too tricky on this one. You will need light weights for the first exercise. I'll be right back and we'll get going. All right, guys, I don't want to delay us anymore. I know I talked a bunch there at the beginning. So let's get going here. Try to maneuver some weights out. All right. So we're going to start with around the worlds. Around the worlds are a great warm-up exercise. You will build some muscle, but it's not a heavy lift. It's not a bulking exercise. It's really just a great kind of toning exercise, and also just to wake the muscles up. So it's a great way to start our upper body circuit. So we're going to start with light weights. We want our hands, our palms facing forward, chest really broad, really open, and then we're literally just going to come up around the world, touch the weights at the top, and then bring them back down. We want to keep those arms straight, but not locked out, just a little bend in the elbows, up and around. You might get all sorts of snap, crackle, pops, and grinds when you do that, but it will get better as your body warms up and loosens up. All right, I'm going to hit start on this timer, and we're going to get going in 3, 2, and 1. We got 1 minute here. Full disclosure, like I said, I started my Swole for September in-person training group yesterday. I am working out with the group myself. So I did a pretty intense upper body work yesterday, and then I'm doing it again today. That is the reason why all of my other upper body videos will be on Saturdays. So I at least get a day in between workouts instead of back to back. So you might see my weights be a little bit lighter today maybe. but it was the only way I could make it work out for this week since I wanted to take this Saturday off. Good, good. So if you're straining through this, if this feels like intense effort, you need to lighten those weights. All right, guys, so now we're gonna go to kind of the middle of the road exercise. We're gonna do a reverse fly with a wide row combination. So I definitely put this to my, I would say medium light. So I'm not I kind of have a medium heavy and a medium light. And I would say this is kind of my medium light, especially for this first round. So we've got reverse fly. We have our weights here in front of us, like we're wrapped around a beach ball. And then we're gonna squeeze between our shoulder blades. Ooh, this might even be too heavy for me today. And then we're gonna flip them and wide row back. So we squeeze between shoulder blades to open. And then we squeeze kind of lower with the row. So it's like you're opening to give somebody a big hug, bring it together, flip, and like you're rowing back, like you're rowing a boat. Whew, it feels a little better. Oh, I was so tight when I tried to open that right shoulder, it was like, So we open, flip, wide row. So the reverse fly hits a little higher up in your shoulder blades, not high up near your neck, but more towards the middle. And then your wide row hits kind of in the lower part of the shoulder. Perfect. So here, we're gonna do chest flies. You can use a weight bench. If you have a weight bench, you can use a stability ball in place of a weight bench, or you can lie flat on the floor. Either way, you guys know I normally do these on the floor. A benefit of doing them on the ball, and I'll show you once we get up there. Benefit of being on the ball. One, you're working your glutes and your core because you have to hold your hips up. Two, you have a little more range of motion to open. So if you're on the floor, you can only open as far as the floor is going to let you. If you are on a ball or a bench, you can open up a little further, get more extension on that muscle, which means you get more contraction in the muscle. So that's how we build the muscle. Just be mindful, if you are on a ball on a bench, when you open, you don't want to over extend. So you don't want to have this big weight and then drop it way out here where your arm starts to extend. So drop it and lift. And trust me, you'll know if you've taken it too far, for sure. And I don't mean that in a good way. So play with it. If you're interested in how far can I open safely, if you're experimenting with that, then do that with light weights and then bump it up. All right, guys, so we're gonna stay on the ball or the bench if we have it, or again, you're gonna be on the floor. Now we want a heavy weight here. If you have the heavy weight, I want you to put it on your chest and then pick yourself up. So we're doing dumbbell pullovers. So we've got goblet grip. We keep a little bend in our elbows, drop back, and then pull over. Drop back with control, pull it over. Oh, my triceps are so sore from yesterday. So this isn't necessarily a tricep exercise, but a tricep is kind of a secondary mover. Woo! Holy moly. Oh. Back, pull it over. Making sure you leave a little bend in those elbows. Woo! All right, guys. If you're coming off the ball now, keep that weight close to your chest as you roll it down and then safely unload it. We're going to come off the bench or the ball. And we won't need that again until we get back around to that exercise. We're going to alternating grip, bicep curls. So I'm going to start light this round because my biceps are pretty sore too. So we're going to start with our front facing grip. We're going to come up, down, and then flip to hammer, hammer. flip to front facing. So we're just alternating what grip we're using. And that allows us to hit the bicep in a couple different places. If we stay with one grip, we hit just one part of the bicep. By flipping grips, we hit two parts of the bicep. It actually takes hitting the bicep in a couple different areas to build that nice rounded bicep. If you were to only do one type of bicep curl forever, you'd actually get kind of a misshapen bicep. Beautiful. All right, guys, we've got, oh boy, tricep kickbacks. I say oh boy only for me, guys. Don't be scared. I'm going to go really on the light end for my tricep kickbacks. And again, no tricks. These are all very straightforward exercises today. All right, so tricep kickbacks. Get that shoulder nice and rolled back. We sit kind of into a little bit of seat, but don't pooch your booty out. Keep that tail tucked. Sit back. We curl our weights up. Lock those elbows into the side. Squeeze to the back. Squeeze to the back. Oh boy. We did TRX tricep extensions yesterday, in-person training. Boy, those are something else. No matter how many times I do them, sore every time. And again, guys, notice I'm not swinging, so I'm not doing this. Squeeze to the top. All right, guys, we've got Arnolds. So, Arnolds are definitely on the more challenging end of our upper body exercises. So you might want to think about your medium, your light medium hand weights here. All right, Arnolds. So we load up like overhead press. We push up, we come down, we wrap forward, we open. We push up, we come down, we wrap forward, we open. Down, wrap forward, open. So notice when I wrap forward, my elbows are staying elevated. I'm not coming down here. Ooh-wee. So this is exactly why it is not the best practice to do 2 focused days, so an upper body day back to back with an upper body day. And not that I feel like I'm going to be injured or anything like that, but it's this idea of everything I try to do, I'm like, ooh, from the start, right? All right, guys, so we're going to do plank pull-throughs. I encourage you to at least start in modified version. So plank pull-through, we set up, nice wide base, big wide hands, hands under shoulders, and then I want you to go into your plank and then drop your knees down, at least to start. Then from here we let our chest shine forward so we don't arch through. We reach through, grab our weight, pull it across. Set that hand down. Reach through, grab that weight, set it down. You might need a little wider knee base than normal because I don't want you to be rocking back and forth. I want you to be steady, hips solid. And if you have your knees too close, when you go to reach, you're going to fall from side to side. Perfect, guys. That's our break. Good work. So you're through round 1. So now you kind of know where you're going. You know what exercises we're going to do. So maybe reevaluate your weights, see what you need. So for me, I actually needed 4 sets of weights. I've got one heavy for the pullovers, for the pull throughs. I've got light for the around the worlds. I've got medium light for quite a few exercises, and then a light medium. So definitely evaluate kind of what you got and make sure you got the right weight set up. We've got 1 minute 20 seconds. So like I always say in these breaks, don't let yourself get totally cool. So far this one is not a super sweaty workout. Usually upper body work on its own isn't gonna get you super hot and sweaty. So, but I do hope you're a little elevated, heart rate a little bit elevated, a little warm. And that's where I want you to stay. So if you're in a super cool room, you might cool off pretty quickly. So if that's the case, just kind of jog in place. Do something just to keep a little simmer going on yourself. It's actually only like 70 degrees here today, so it's actually comfortable in this room, which is probably another reason why I'm not sweating my butt off, right? All right, guys, we've got 40 seconds. I'm going to check on the video. I'll be right back. Yeah, with this beautiful, well, it's not beautiful. The temperature is beautiful, 70 degrees. We decided to go ahead and bring out some owl decor. You should be watching this video in September, so if you are, then this makes sense. It's fall, it's September, right? Love seeing all the owls, love the little hints of fall, but I'm not ready to commit to a pumpkin anything yet. I have a firm around the world, guys. I have a firm not till football officially starts. I don't mean preseason. And I don't mean those weird college games that start like a week early that are directional weird schools. I mean like the first real football. That's when I allow myself to start enjoying pumpkin things. Yes, I'm one of those people. Don't judge me. Or judge me. Whatever, I don't care. I love it. My house is decorated with a lot of owls year round, so fall's this one season where it actually makes sense. Good, guys, so hopefully this round, these around the worlds are maybe a little less clicky, poppy, body's getting warm, that synovial fluid, that's that fluid in the joints, getting warmed up, kind of moving to those joints. So that's kind of the good thing about circuit is I'm not going to say it gets easier as you go, but your body gets nice and warm, your joints are moving more fluidly. So usually the second round always feels better than the first. All right, reverse fly, wide row. Like that feels so much better. That first round you guys saw, I went to open into that reverse fly and it was like, whoa, much better. I'm going to show this to you from the back too. So when we fly, that kind of squeeze between our shoulders is up higher. And then when we do that wide row, it's a little bit lower. So if you're still working on building your shoulder muscles and your back muscles, you may not even feel like any real distinguishable difference, and that's okay. But I just like to kind of point out where you should be feeling things. And again, this is a wide grip row that we're doing here. So normally we row narrow here. So this is a wide grip row that we're doing. Perfect. All right. Grab that stability ball, that bench, or that piece of floor, wherever you're going to be. And yes, it's always an adventure getting onto the stability ball where you want to be. But I have found if you just kind of sit up close against it and then push your hips straight up, you kind of end up in the right spot. You still got to tweak it a little bit, not as bad as normal. All right, lift those hips, squeeze that tush, weights over the chest, bend those elbows, and then open up like you're giving somebody a big hug. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you and then squeeze that chest together. So shoulder blades come in behind and then squeeze those chest muscles. Like you're trying to pinch a quarter between the girls. Or the guys, if you're a guy working out with me. open, 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 extend. Squeeze it up. Shoulder blades close behind you. Chest muscles squeeze together to the front. Perfect, guys. All right, from here, bring those weights to your chest, roll it down, but don't come off your ball unless you're silly like me and set your weight where you can't reach it. Oof. Ah, there we go. Maybe. Ah, we got close. All right, especially if you've got a heavy weight for these pullovers, set your weight to your chest and then come up with it nice and steady. We've got that goblet grip. Push those hips up again, squeeze that tush. Little bend in those elbows. And we drop our arms back, pull it over. So again, the benefit of being on a bench or a ball here is that you've got more room to drop that weight back. If you're on the floor, you still get great work, but your weight gets stopped by the floor. You can only go so far. So here you've got a little more range of motion. Guys, hear me out. I know I'm talking a lot. Hear this if you hear nothing else. Your arms should not go past your ears. I don't care what piece of equipment you're on. Your arms should stop before your ears. Okay? Perfect. Weight to chest. Roll it down. Unload. Come on up. Beautiful. All right, we've got that bicep curl, alternating grip today. Let's try to do this with my normal curl weight. So again, we've got the front facing grip, and we curl up, down, flip to hammer, hammer curl. Front facing, curl, hammer, curl. Good. We're moving for time. That doesn't mean go as fast as you can. I still want you to keep that kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 cadence. Whew. Good job, guys. 3 seconds. Woo! All right, we'll increase that. I'm doing 5 different sets of weights now. It's all right. I am blessed to have that many options. All right, guys, we're gonna go to tricep kickbacks now. So, again, this is usually a lighter weight. Shoulders back and down, really open that chest, long tail, sit it back. No poochie butt, tuck it down. Arms come in, kick. So the point I was trying to make in the first round, I was just too close to the end, is that this is not a tricep kickback. It's control. Press it back, bring it forward. Press it back, forward. Squeeze at the top. You want to pause for a brief squeeze. Boom. Bring it back. Boom. Bring it back. And if you can't pause for that brief moment, you need to lighten your weight a little bit. Wonderful. All right. We've got those Arnolds. Good job, guys. We are already almost through second round. It's crazy. All right. Set it up. Get that overhead press. Press, down, and wrap. Press it, down, and wrap. And guys, on your overhead press, I want you to be a little bit ahead of your shoulder. So see, I'm not open out like this. I'm out just a little bit ahead, just a little bit. And what that does is that really supports the shoulder. When we're wide, pressed open like this, our shoulder is just kind of exposed and in this weak sort of state. The joint's really open, actually hyperextended almost. When we bring it just a little forward, all of those amazing muscles around our shoulder and our chest kick in and support that joint. Awesome. All right, we've got plank pull through, so you can come on down to the floor. I will show you the full version of this if you're interested. Many of you probably are strong enough, but I just encourage you to be open to modifying in this exercise, okay? A lot of times we take modification as weak, and that is simply not true. So if we're going to do the full version, we still set everything else up the same. We cut to our toes, but again, open that wide base so you're nice and steady. And then it looks just the same as the modification. We reach, we set it down. We reach, we set it down. And again, we're trying to keep our hips steady and not rock into them, okay? So that's the goal. And then again, you can modify just by dropping those knees, and then everything else is just the same. So I say be open to modification because so many of us are trained to think that it's weak to modify. And so instead we be up on our toes and we're dropping our hips back and forth, but we're like, oh, I'm killing it because I'm on my toes. Well, we're not really getting much work. We're just sort of killing ourselves. So always be open to the modification. A lot of times I'll convince people to modify and they're like, oh my gosh, this is such better work. I really feel my blank now versus I just felt like I was floundering. So always be open to it. That's our break. We've got a minute and a half left. So I've got a nice little sweat going. I hope you guys too. Again, just stay on that simmer, which is different for all of us. Some people cool off really quickly. Some people sweat constantly. So, listen to your body. We got 1 minute left. I'm going to check on the video real quick. All right, we are looking good. So guys, too, just going back to the Swole for September challenge, if you're watching along. No sweat if you're like, I'm not really interested. Every Saturday will be an upper body video, aside from today, obviously, it's not. But every Tuesday is still going to be kind of a grab bag, fitness, all around fitness, bar class, whatever we're feeling. So don't worry, I'm still going to do 2 videos every week. Just one will be upper body focused and the other will be a variety. So don't want to scare anybody off and make them think that they just can't work out with me if they're not interested. All right, guys, we got 10 seconds, so go ahead and get yourself set up. Like I said, I've now graduated, it looks like, to 5 sets of weights. All right, around the world. So, again, really pay attention on this one. See if it feels even better than the first 2 rounds. And guys, we are building some strength and building some muscle tone here. So it's not just a stretch, anything like that. So you should feel some pressure from the weight. It should be an effort, but this is not one where you want to push to see how heavy you can go. I'm just satisfied if at the end of the 4th round, which is our 3rd round, if my right shoulder quits doing this really funky pop right about there. Our shoulders, our upper body, it's so complicated and it's all so intertwined. It's so easy to get one thing Just mad, just mad at you. All right, guys, we've got that reverse fly, wide row. Reverse fly, flip our grip, wide row, okay? Whew. We've got 5 seconds. Go ahead and grab those weights. All right, so we're gonna sit back into our seat just a little bit. Chest nice and broad. And we open, close, flip, wide row. Open, flip, row. Open, flip, row. Good. And listen, if any of you are completely coordination impaired, I know that they're out there. You can always do 4 or 5 of one, and then 4 or 5 of the other, if that helps you. 10 seconds. Good job, friends. All right, we're gonna come on down. Again, to the floor, to our ball, to our bench. And I'll tell you, if you do these videos with me and you've never invested in an exercise ball, it's not something you're going to use every day by any means. But these things seem to last. This is a second hand that I got from the YMCA. So you know this thing has some miles on it. And I've had it, gosh, I haven't been at the Y in probably 5-6 years. So I've had it that long. And I have no idea how long the Y had it. So, while no, it is not a piece of fitness equipment you'll use every day, it is something that if you can get it for a few bucks, it's probably going to last you a lifetime. Also, they're great for stretching. Right, roll it down, offload those, and then we've got our dumbbell pullovers. So again, this is probably going to be a heavier weight, so just be careful if you're using on a ball or a bench. And of course, the benefit to a ball over a bench is that with the ball, you've got to work to stay on the ball. You've got to squeeze your glutes. You've got to keep your core engaged so you don't fall off the sides. So, there are some added benefits to using a stability ball. On the flip side, if you're like, that is too much, I'm a beginner, I got to remember to keep my hips up, to keep my core engaged, and to do this heavy exercise, then a bench or the floor is the perfect place for you. It's nice and stable. Beautiful. Roll it down. Offload that weight. Woo-wee. All right, guys. We have got bicep curls. All right. So we've got that alternating grip. Front facing. Flip. Hammer curl. Good job, guys. Circuits are so good on weekdays. If you work kind of traditional hours, and you're here working out with me in the circuit, it's so nice because you don't have to count reps. You just let that timer run. You move, the timer tells you when to start, when to stop. I always say circuits are great busy day workouts. Because let's face it, some work days, even just counting to 12 is like, oh, are you serious? All right, we've got tricep kickbacks coming up next. All right, stand tall, open up, sit back into that seat, lock those elbows in, squeeze to the top, back, squeeze. Again, you should be able to pause for just a brief moment to give it an extra a little at the top. There's no swing, no momentum. All right, we've got those Arnolds coming up. Oh, man, my poor triceps. Oh. All right, guys, 5 seconds. Go ahead and grab those weights. Get ready. All right, Arnolds, load it up. Push, down, wrap around. So another tip here is to make sure that you're keeping your shoulders down away from your ears. When we press overhead, a lot of us tend to elevate everything. Keep shoulders down. We wrap forward, same thing. That forward wraparound can be a harder effort for some of us, so we feel like we need to tense up to do it. Oof, no good. Just doing it that one time, my neck was like, hey girl, what are we doing? Good job, guys. We are right there. Boom. All right, we've got those plank pull-throughs. So again, consider the modification if you need to. And I'm not trying to talk you down, I'm not trying to bring you down. I just know that this is a very challenging exercise, and I want to make sure that you feel successful with what you're doing. Again, nice wider base in those knees. Bring that belly up and in. Chest shines forward. It's very easy once we start working to sort of start rounding through our back. What will help is if you take your gaze kind of out and ahead. So if you take your gaze straight down, eventually you start dropping your head, and then eventually you start rounding your back. So instead, keep that gaze sort of ahead. You're still looking slightly down, but think about like you're looking at the baseboard, like where the baseboard meets the floor. Awesome. Woo, guys, we just finished round 3. So we just got one more round to go. Love it. So I hope you're enjoying the circuit. It's a great way to get in a lot of different exercises. It's 8 exercises. We're hitting chest, biceps, triceps, every part of the shoulder. We're hitting our rhomboids, our lats. And we're doing all this in about, on the timer clock, about 48 minutes. 4 sets, 8 exercises, all of that quickly, hitting everything in our upper body. So it's a really great way to work. I always say starting gets a bad rap for being easy. That's not the case. Almost every workout is about what you bring to it. I can make this easy. I could do lighter weights. I could quit after 45 seconds. I can do things to make it easier if that's where I need to be because I'm a beginner, or because I'm injured, or because I'm just, I'm recovering from being sick, something like that. So yes, you can make it easy, but it's up to you what you want to do. All right, guys, we got 40 seconds. I'm going to check on the video one last time. All right, my friends, home stretch. We got 20 seconds, and we're going through that circuit one more time. And yes, I definitely recommend circuit to beginners for the exact reasons I just said. It's so modifiable. I'm offering you 1-minute rounds, 8 exercises, 4 rounds, but if that's not where you're at in your fitness journey, then you can make it your own. You can do 30 seconds and then take a longer break and meet us for the next exercise. You can skip every other exercise and just do 4. You've got all sorts of options. So that's why I recommend it to beginners or those recovering. So hopefully this round of Around the World is your smoothest, but it feels good. You've got a little bit of effort to it, but a lot of the popping, grinding, crackling is done. I'm not going to say mine's totally done, but it's definitely better. Beautiful. All right. Last time we have to do those. So now we've got reverse fly, wide row. That's also what's fun about the last round of circuit is every time you do an exercise, you're like, and I'm done. Never have to do you again. At least never today. All right, guys. Reverse fly, wide row. So sit back just a little bit. Open that chest. Get those arms in that bear hug position. We open, wide row, pull. You do want to have a little hinge at those hips. So a lot of times when people have trouble with the form of the reverse fly, they're standing up too tall and they're trying to open kind of against gravity almost. So if you've got that little tick-tock forward, that lets you get the weights out in front of you and be able to open them more comfortably. Make sure you're keeping that neck relaxed. This is a motion through your shoulders, not through your neck and traps. Awesome. All right. Stability ball, bench, or floor. Pick your poison. Chest flies. So one last tip on these guys. Make sure that you stay over your chest. A lot of times we start over our chest, but then as we open and close, we start working our way up. Make sure they're right over kind of that nipple line is where you want to be. Not over your upper chest or your shoulders or your throat. Definitely not your face. It almost feels a little low. Like if you've never done it that way before, if you've always been on the higher end, when you actually take it down over your chest, you might be like, what? This feels like it's over my belly. And honestly, you should feel, once you get over that awkwardness, that's not where I'm normally at, you should feel a lot stronger when you move that weight down to be actually over your chest. All right, set that heavy weight to your belly and your chest. All right. Whew. The only problem for me on these balls is my little loose hairs get stuck between me and the ball and it like jerk my head back. So guys, make sure you've got that nice bend in your elbows as you drop back. And then what was my one rule? Super serious. Pay attention. Don't drop your arms past your ears. Especially, I mean never, and then especially if you do this with a very heavy weight. Wonderful. Those are in the books. So you can put that stability ball completely out of your way now if you would like. All right. Oh, we're there already. Bicep curls, alternating grip. The last round of these guys. Front facing. Flip. Hammer. Again, keeping that kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 cadence. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, by flipping that grip, we're just kind of getting the best of both worlds. We're hitting the bicep heads in different places. Helps us build that nice shapely bicep. All right, tricep kickbacks. So yeah, when I talk about the biceps, not that I have a banging one, but you know, someone has a really big bicep that's got a peak where there's a down on each side. And that's how you get that nice peak, is by building on each end of the bicep. So if you just build one end, you've got more of like a slope for a bicep, which is honestly probably what you saw more in me. Biceps is one of those muscles that like I want to have these great biceps, and I feel like no matter what I do, I can't get it to be as defined as I want it. So I'm hoping with Swole for September and all this upper body work, maybe I can make that happen finally. So many of my workouts are teaching others that I don't get to work on a lot of my own personal goals. Now, I get to way more than a lot of personal trainers and group fitness instructors, because I don't do it full time and a lot of them do. But it's nice, it's exciting this month to kind of focus on a personal goal and do it with other people that have the same personal goal, which is one of the fun things about fitness and working out with other people. All right, Arnolds. Last 2 exercises, friends. We are almost there. All right. Yes, one of those funny things. I know if Angie's has me watching, she's said it a million times, you know, people like her, which if you're local, I'm sure you know who she is, that, you know, she used to teach like 8 group fitness classes a day, and then say, like, I need my own trainer. And everybody's like, what? You work out all day. Why do you need that? She's like, yeah, but I'm not working on my own goals. I'm working on everybody else's goals or the general goals of a group. So it's kind of fun to get to sort of focus on your own goals and then find others that have the same goals and hit it together. Hi, Rizzo. Are you here for our last exercises? Oh, I see you laying down. Nice, guys. All right, last exercise, plank pull-throughs, and then we are all done. We're on our last exercise, little wiggles. Hi. Oh, I gave kisses. Thank you. You're in a much better mood now. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. You're in such a better mood. All right, guys, set it up. Shine that chest forward. Nice wide base. Modifying or in full plank. Steady. Train that gaze. Out and down. Core lifted. Chest shining through. Flat back. You're setting that weight behind your hands. That way you can keep your hands under your shoulders, as opposed to getting out really extended. Woo! Ding, ding, ding. That was the bell. Ah. Good. Good job, friends. We did it. So, first, Swole for September workout is in the books. Whether you did it today to get a little bit of a head, or if you held this till September 4th, thank you, thank you, thank you. Either way, I'm so glad you joined me. I hope that you'll consider the Swole for September challenge. If you happen to be coming past this video in passing, or you saw the post after the fact, it's never too late to join. So while September 4th is kind of the official kickoff, when this video will re-air and will be the kickoff of the challenge, you know you can join it at any time. These videos are all recorded. So if your Swole for September starts in the middle of September, runs it into October, who cares? Just join us, have a good time, challenge yourself, see what you can do. It's amazing what you can do if you just dedicate the time and the effort and also some of that mental capacity back into yourself, right? I know we hate to give back to ourselves and we feel guilty, but times like this is a great time to do it. You can't pour from an empty cup, and a lot of people are needing the help of others right now. So make sure that you are strong and that you are ready to help others when they need it. So guys, as always, I ask, please consider sharing, liking, favoriting, following, anything you can do to get more people paying attention to what we're doing here at Strong Style Fitness. Heck, I will mail you some business cards if you would like. So please direct people my way. I've got Facebook, I've got Instagram, I've got Twitter, and I've got a YouTube. Facebook and YouTube being the most active. So anywhere you can join, please do so. And lastly, if you can, please consider giving. Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. Again, donations are the only payment that me and Miss Rue receive for these efforts, so we greatly appreciate when you can give, and we thank those of you who do give so generously. Guys, thank you so much. It will be a while before I see you, so this is Tuesday, it will be a week before I see you again, unless you're holding this video for Saturday. So I will see you in a week. Have a great holiday weekend. You guys take care, and I will see you soon. Mwah.